I don't care.
Now, normally I don't do videos like this on the channel, as this is a comedy channel and not really a ghost story channel. But I was going through some old files from, gosh, over 10, 15 years ago, and I found a weird audio file in the video recording of when the cast went to visit the grave of Alice Flagg. It's some spooky stuff. Now, the sound you're going to hear later on in the video is unedited other than turning the volume up. But first, let me tell you my version of the ghost story of Alice Flagg. Now, I don't believe in ghosts. I figure, I'm a Christian. You're either an angel or a demon. But this story will sure question whether you believe in the supernatural. We begin in the year 1849, in the heart of the South, Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, a small town just south of what would become the biggest tourist town in the East Coast, Myrtle Beach. Alice Flagg was a young woman, around 18 years old. Her father had recently passed away, so her and her mother were sent to live with her brother, an accomplished and wealthy doctor, something her mother and her rich lifestyle enjoyed. Alice was bored with her extravagance and wealth, however. Like most women her age, she was searching for meaning, and more specifically, for love. One day, her mother, in another attempt to make her daughter take some responsibility, sent her off to Conway, a small town 40 miles to the north, to pay for an order of lumber for a new storehouse on their plantation. Her horse-drawn carriage, driven by her hired driver, takes most of the day to make the trip to the small riverside town. She arrives to find a bustling small town. The smell of fresh-cut pine fills the air. The distant sound of the sawmill echoes around the town. She steps out of the carriage to the gaze of the townspeople, eyeing the young woman with envy. Her wealth is known through the town, and her family name holds status everywhere in the state. Her driver is an older man, around 50, with a gray beard and a straw hat. He pulls away to park the carriage next door at the inn.
Hi, I'm Alice.
She says, greeting the clerk at the general store. Well, good evening, young lady. What can I help you with?
My brother ordered lumber a few weeks ago, and I'm here to pay the deposit down for it.
The storekeeper brings out a large ledger and opens its pages.
Oh, it's under Flagg, Dr. Flagg.
Oh, this is quite a lot of lumber.
Yes, we are building a new storehouse.
Well, that comes to $156.77. She pulls out a purse and hands the storekeeper several gold $20 coins. Freshly minted, their sheen reflects around the room. In walks a tall young man, around 20 years old. John, so good to see you. Ma'am, thank you very much. You tell your brother I'll have the lumber delivered by next week. Hi, Bill. I have the money for that new axe. Well, it's about time. I had to keep some interested parties from buying it just yesterday. Hi, I'm John. He holds out his hand and introduces himself to Alice.
Nice to meet you, John. My name is Alice Flagg.
Are you related to Dr. Allard Flagg?
He's my older brother.
He sewed me up last year.
What?
He lifts his pant leg, revealing a long scar on his left leg. Handle of my old axe just slipped.
I will let him know he has a satisfied customer. I must go now. It was nice meeting you both.
Wait, a young woman like you shouldn't be walking around town this late by herself.
Yeah.
It's about to get dark out.
I will be fine. My driver is here.
Outside the window shows the old man downing a full bottle of liquor.
Actually, do you know a good place to eat?
Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you're asking me to dinner.
So what if I am?
I love a woman who knows what she wants. I want some fish.
I'd love that.
Well, then hop on. It's a good place to get some great seafood. Alice hops on the back of his horse and holds on tight. Her mother would never approve of her being so forward with a man, especially one of his class. But the air and excitement of this newfound freedom override any sense of gentry. With great speed, they pass by miles and miles until they reach the coast, a long stretch of a sandy beach, the moon just above the horizon.
Wow, this is beautiful.
This beach is special. It is said that all who set foot here are destined to return. Now, I don't know if I believe that, but I always find myself coming back here after a long week of work, and I sit right there and stare at the ocean as the waves crash against the shore and think to myself how thankful I am to God to be here right now.
Well, I didn't think people like you thought that deeply.
She says, trying to hide her blushing face in the flames of the fire. Well, people like me are everywhere, and we all have something to think and something to say. Says something offended.
I didn't mean it like that. I know I look like the typical rich girl, but I long for so much more than mere wealth can provide.
What do you desire most?
I want to make something. I want to have a lasting impression on the world. I sit in my house every day. I read books about people going on grand adventures. I want my own adventure. I want my own story. I want to make my mark.
Why don't you?
It's not that easy. I have an image to keep up and a family not to disappoint. You don't know what it is like to always be watched and judged on every little imperfection.
Sounds like being a rich woman isn't all it's cracked up to be.
I just don't fit in. I told my mother I wanted to write novels like the ones I read, and she told me no one would ever have time to read them, that I should focus on finding a good man.
Hey, my man right here.
She would not be okay with any of this. You are the furthest from acceptable to her or my brother.
I think we burned the fish.
Oh no, what time is it?
Sunrise.
Take me back now. If I don't get back before my driver wakes up, I'll be in so much trouble.
Okay, hold on. You need to see this. Some things are worth waiting for. The sun rises out of the ocean, announced with a green flash. The rays of light illuminate the couple.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, you are, he says, watching her porcelain face light up from the sun. She turns to him and he pulls her closer. She looks at him and he looks deeper at her. They kiss as night falls away, the darkness fighting a losing battle against the sun. Here, take this. He hands her a ring. I want to see you again. This is my promise to be loyal to you. I intend to marry you, and I'll take you around the world. Even if we have to walk, I'll find a way.
As long as we are together, my dreams are fulfilled.
Alice returns home. She has decided to hide her ring on a necklace she would always wear. Secret letters would be passed back and forth for months between the star-crossed lovers, but soon her brother found one of them. His anger poured to his younger sister for this secret romance with a man he'd never approved of, and his status as a lowly lumberjack. In a rush to separate the two, he sends her off to boarding school in Charleston, in the hopes that time will break their love. But, as if John's love was her life force, she became gravely ill, and soon had to be returned home to her brother for care. Upon her examination, the ring hanging on a silver chain around her neck is discovered. Her enraged brother throws the ring into the marsh outside her house. As her sickness progressed over the next few days, she would beg each guest to go and find her lost ring. She passed away, never seeing her lover or his ring ever again. Legend has it that if you find her gravestone at All Saints Church in Pawleys Island and walk backward around her grave 13 times and place a ring on top, she will appear. Some say you can still see her ghostly figure in her white dress searching for the lost ring in the marsh. So this story is an interesting one. I've added some to the legend to add to the story, and honestly, most of it is probably fiction. Most records indicate she is likely 16 years old, or so, but accurate information is hard to find. John Braddock is lost to history. Most stories do agree on a couple of points, however. She was a star-crossed lover, her family didn't approve, and the ring was thrown into the marsh. Stories differ on how many times you circle her grave, to even if that is where she was buried at all. I do believe it is likely she is buried at her home, the Hermitage, and that the grave at the church is just a marker. Now, I don't believe in ghosts myself. I'm a Christian, so you're either with God or you're not. But demons are real, and are masters of deception. So who knows? Maybe we did see something. Over 10 years ago, the cast of Flake and Flosh decided it would be a fun Halloween trip to see her grave for ourselves. And we brought our cameras along, like always. While we were there, strange noise can be heard off in the distance. We were the only people there, so it couldn't have been anyone else, and it wasn't us. Take a listen. See what if you hear what we heard. Well, to be fair, none of us heard it at the time. It wasn't until we looked at this video a decade later.
I'm getting dizzy just watching them.
Okay, stay close, dude.
I guess I'm not dizzy because I'm a dancer.
This is so weird.
Maybe.
Okay, guys, you're fine.
Last one.
Dude, I'm not even lying. You see that back there? Not even lying.
What?
I see my shadow.
I see a light, but I think it's a reflection.
I see a tree.
No, that's not. No, not back there. You didn't hear it too?
I heard a cricket.
No, it wasn't a cricket.
What is it?
I can't see. I'm getting out.
Dude, I'm getting out of here. Dead serious.
I'm gonna go to Waffle House.
So do I. Oh, shit.
You hear that?
I heard a twig.
Oh, police are coming.
Twig what? That was fun.
That would be our luck too. Yeah, we still should be quiet.
I'm filming our way out too, in case we get anything big. We should film inside the cemetery.
Who is this?
It's like when we review the videos later, we see the ghost on the camera.
That would be so scary.
Like I turn up the.
RJ, you know what we could do?
No, somebody
What?
with the wrong
We
number.
could do like a paranormal activity thing right now.
What do you think? What version of the story is the best? Or do you believe in ghost stories? Leave a comment down below and let's talk.